Confidence and leadership doesn't come from competence. It comes from emotional authority. There are so many things that we have backwards or upside down in the current constructs of the way society is designed. The things that we call soft skills are actually some of the most challenging things, not just because some people are not intelligent or some people are missing some chip. It's because we did not learn much, if anything, about our inner operating system as we were coming of age. We learned all these different subjects. We learn our times tables. We learn how to write a great sentence. We learn how to have reading comprehension, not knocking any of that. And yet, the very thing that sustains anything that we are going to do or be or move into in this lifetime comes through our own person, comes and is as a result of our inner operating system, our ability to understand what's happening inside of us. What is the psychosocial dynamic of who we are? What is the physiology? What is the biology? There's many layers to who we are. And yet that education has not been something that our society has valued enough to make a significant shift. Confidence does not come from competence. It comes from emotional authority. And the reason why that is such a powerful distinction is because if you've ever noticed those people that you are around, that you really experience as being an example of confidence, they often are not the ones who are the expert in everything. They often are not usually the one that seem very self-important or even seem very confident with how they speak. They are the ones, though, that have a sense of self. They are the ones that are centered. They are the ones that don't fly off the handle when something rocks the boat. They are the ones who tend to ask more questions before they make a decision. They are the ones that do not typically jump to conclusions. They are the ones that feel like the calm in the storm. That confidence is the derivative of having emotional power, emotional authority. And the only way that you can acquire that is through having your own self-discovery process. Somebody who has had an active practice in self-reflection, somebody who has taken the time to get to know who they are, what matters to them, and understand where they have opportunities for growth. This is a person that knows who they are and is always open for greater expansion. This is a person who does not have a problem admitting when they made a bad call. All of these things come, and why they are so extraordinary is because of this inner operating system that we have not been taught. So only the individuals that decide to make it their business, to know themselves, to understand what's going on inside of them, to get more clear on what matters to them and what doesn't, to be open to insight and feedback and growth, and to have a practice of humility. Otherwise, we essentially fall prey to the default. And the default of this society is that making mistakes is shameful. Now, that might sound like a dramatic comment, but think about it for a second. It's difficult for humans to say they're sorry. It's difficult for humans to admit when they are wrong. Why is that? It's not some deficiency in individuals. It's a cultural norm that even though we acknowledge mistakes are how we learn, we have not normalized them. We've moralized them. And they're at all levels. And I'm not saying there shouldn't be accountability. I'm talking about this as a psychological ethos. Because if we learned, and this became a very tangible, real spoke on the wheel of life, that this is how we learn, and then how do we repair from a mistake? Even the word sin in the Bible, if you look up that word sin, what it actually means, it's an old archery term, and it means to miss the mark. But it has a very different meaning in society, whether you are religious or not. So when we don't have a real understanding and appreciation for the power of mistakes and what can come from them, especially if we're doing so in a honest and real, authentic way, then we will actually hide even from our own mistakes. The feeling that you might relate to, where you want to withdraw and pull back when you've done something you wish you hadn't done, that's very normal. That's our normal because we've never shifted. We've just decided that's the way that it is. And that became that way because of how things were being related to at centuries ago, but yet we are updating all kinds of other things. This is such a powerful opportunity for humanity. We are capable of making this shift because they've already proven that we are capable of pretty grand outcomes. If this landed, if you're resonating or you found value, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe, support the channel. I appreciate you so much.